Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn and do the revision of our third lesson of biology, that is classification of animals. So let us discuss about classification of animals. Already we have studied about this lesson, but now we are going to revise this lesson once again. Now in this lesson we are going to see the different classification of the animals. Now there are the several types of animals on the earth. Some are categorized according to their environmental places. They are living according to their favorable conditions, right? So there are thousands of animals on the earth. So when they are categorized, they are classified according to their different way of environmental conditions. Then these animals are from tiny ant to the giant size elephant and shark, like that animals are there. So in that we are going to see the different classification of the animals. Okay. Now in this lesson, we know that animals are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means what? Heterotrophic is nothing but the animals are depending on plants and animals for the food, that is known as a heterotrophic part. Okay, heterotrophic is nothing but those who are depending on other for the food, they are known as heterotrophic. So animals are heterotrophic, plants are autotrophic. Why they are known as autotrophic? Because plants are preparing its own food. Okay, then the next thing is locomotion. What do you understand by locomotion? Locomotion is nothing but when the animals are moving from one place to another for food and shelter, that is known as a locomotion. Okay. So depending on this all the things, we are going to see the different categories of the animals. So mainly the animals are classified according to their backbone. Means the animals which are having the backbone and the animals which are not having the backbone. So in the two ways they are categorized. So they are further categorized into two types. They are known as vertebrates and invertebrates. Now what do you understand by vertebrate? Vertebrate is nothing but the animals which have the backbone. They are known as vertebrate. And what do you understand by invertebrate? Those who don't have the backbone, that is known as a vertebrate, invertebrate. So further we are going to see each topic and their different classification of animals. So now the first topic we are going to see in detail is invertebrate. What do you understand by invertebrate? Invertebrate is nothing but the animals which are not having the backbone is known as invertebrate. Okay, and these invertebrate are further classified. For example, first one is porifera. Now what do you understand by porifera? Let us have this diagram and we'll have some features of the porifera.
This is the diagram of sponge. Sponge is one example of porifera. The meaning of porifera is pore-bearing animals. Mostly they are found in sea and very few occur in fresh water. They are fixed to some object or to the bottom of the pond or ocean. Their body is porous, that is, bear many tiny pores to draw water into the body cavity and one large pore to pass it out. And this is the example of sponge. We also have the sponge example at your house. In that we saw if we are putting that sponge into the water, immediately the water is absorbed. Same way this sponge is doing.
Now the next one is cnidaria. Now what do you understand by cnidaria? Cnidaria is nothing but it is also hollow sac-like animal. Let us have a look to this diagram.
This is the diagram of cnidaria. This cnidaria is hollow sac-like animals. These are aquatic animals. Sac-like body with only one opening is there, which is known as mouth. This mouth is surrounded by finger-like projections called as tentacles. For catching food and swimming, these tentacles are useful. The body is radially symmetrical, that is, the body can be divided into two identical halves along any plane. For example, jellyfish.
Now, the next one is platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes is nothing but it is like a flat worm which is present inside our intestine or stomach, we can say. So, there sometimes we are feeling that even if the child is eating the food, still the growth of the child is not in a proper way. So, where this food goes? This food which is digested, that food is absorbed by the platyhelminthes. Okay, and these flatworms are absorbing this food, and that is why the person who is having these flatworms in the stomach, they are not having the proper growth. Let us have a look to this diagram and study the features of the platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes is having a body thin and flatter. These flatworms mostly live as parasites in the bodies of other animals. There are the common examples of tapeworm and liver fluke. You can see in this diagram, liver fluke and tapeworm is given there. So, the tapeworm occurs in the human intestine and may gain a length of about 6 meters. It looks like a long ribbon with a small head-like part at the front. It absorbs the already digested food from the human intestine.
Next one is nematoda. Now what do you understand by nematoda? That we are going to see by this diagram.
Here is the diagram of ascaris, which is the example of nematoda, and they are called as roundworms. Body is rounded and unsegmented. You can see in the diagram. Except for a few, most of them are minute organisms. Mostly live as parasites in the body of animals including humans. So common example is roundworm in humans, which lives in the small intestine of human, commonly the children who eat with unwashed hand and eat with unwashed fruits and vegetables. So, whenever it is like that, roundworms are present in the intestine. So, always wash the food, fruits and eat.
Now the next is annelida. Now annelida means what? It is segmented worm. Okay, which is ring-like structure. Let us have a look and study the features of annelida.
The common example of annelida is earthworm and leech. The body is composed of rings and segments. They have a soft moist body wall through which they breathe. They have special organs for excretion called as nephridia. So this is about the annelida.
Now the next one is Arthropoda. Arthropoda is nothing but it is an animal with jointed legs. Now for this we have very nice examples which we have seen already, that is nothing but butterfly, right? Let us have a look to this Arthropoda and see the features according to that.
Arthropoda means animals with jointed legs. The body is divided into three regions, that is, thorax, head, and abdomen. In most cases, the body is covered by the tough covering of chitin. Body has jointed legs. They are further divided into four classes. So, the first one is crustacea. Crustacea is having head and thorax, that is middle part, are fused, have many jointed legs, mainly live in water. For example, crab, shrimps, lobsters, prawn, etc. Arthropoda is nextly divided as myriapoda. It is a body is divided into many segments. One or two pairs of legs on each segment are present. Common example for myriapoda is centipede and millipede. The next is insecta. Body is divided into three regions: head, thorax, and abdomen. They have three pairs of jointed legs. Head bears a pair of antennae or feelers and mouth parts. Common examples are ant, housefly, and butterfly. The next one is arachnida. It is having head and thorax fused, have four pairs of jointed legs, have no antennae. The common examples are spider and scorpion.
Next is Mollusca. Mollusca is nothing but it is soft-binded shield animal. For example, octopus. Let us have a look to the diagram of Mollusca and see the features of Mollusca.
Mollusca is soft-bodied shield animal. Soft body which is not segmented. The body is enclosed in a hard shell. Move with the help of muscular foot. Common examples are snail, slug, pearl, octopus. So this is about the mollusca.
Now, the next one which is very interesting, that is Echinodermata. Echinodermata is nothing but it is a spiny skin animal. Means their skin is having like spine thorn-like structures. Okay, and these are mostly or always found into the water. Okay, so let us have a look to this diagram.
The common examples of Echinodermata is starfish, sea urchin. So here we can see the starfish. The body is rough and spiny. Mainly they are found in marine. They move with the help of tube feet. The radially symmetrical bodies are present. So this is about the Echinodermata. So this was about the invertebrates animal. So this invertebrates, you have to just go through detail all the classes of that and write down the important features of particular class. Next period we will start vertebrates. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.